Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and we are on Titan, and we've got a bounty to do. This is your wanted spider bounty for the week of October 2nd, Gravetide Summoner. Now, there's a couple facets to this. One, it can be in any of the lost sectors, and I feel like it actually moves every day. So it could be in this one in Siren's Watch, this one in the rig kind of buried in the middle, or the one on the outskirts where you farmed faction rallies. If you've been around for a minute, you know what I'm talking about. But other than that, it's not the craziest mechanic in the world. Basically, you've got a wizard that is permanently shielded until an ogre dies. The wizard itself does not have a ton of health, just a decent amount. Main thing that you want to keep an eye out for is the ogre is really hard to do damage to. Doesn't have a shield, but has a ton of health. But there are occasionally thrall that will spawn, and they will actually basically give you a buff to do damage to the ogre, so you can damage it a lot quicker than potentially you normally would be able to. So that being said, let's go ahead and find this guy and jump on in. So if you load into where Sloan is at on this section here of Siren's Watch, it's literally tucked right down here in this hole. So my advice, just jump off the ledge, catch yourself down here, grab the wanted adventure, and we'll go knock this thing out. So head down the stairs, nothing too crazy. This is a smaller room depending on the situation. I think the one where the faction rallies is still probably the easiest because you're going to have open access to shoot everything. Last week I did this on the one that was actually buried down in the middle of the rig. It's kind of tight quarters, you've got a small hallway to go between, and as you work on these enemies, there will be some knights that spawn. Now the knights have some arc shields, so you're going to want to have something with arc. Hence why I've got this fusion rifle, also just because it's the highest drop I've got so far. It came from the raid. But let's go ahead and head in. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So we'll have a few enemies in here. First we'll have this guy. So our wanted enemy for the week. It's like your taken wanted guy that's in here. That's, you know, put in a lot of work. Now granted, the higher you are, the more damage you're going to be able to do. When I started doing these at like 520, I didn't do nearly as much as I do now at like 560. So these guys go down a little bit quicker this way. Second, you've got a lot of ads to work through, so just be aware. I don't know if you're going to have Fallen, if you're going to have Hive, if you're going to have what in here, but probably those are your options. And if you want to really clear some things up, make sure your servitors are down, use your explosive barrels where you can, and have a little fun with those. Just be moving because there are snipers out in this thing. There's a lot coming at me. Now, normally you just kind of work through this at mission. Kill a few of these guys as you work through. Again, that fusion rifle working fairly well. Use your explosive barrels to clear this section out. It can go fairly quickly if you use them right. Just like that. Grab myself any fusion ammo. Whole lot of guys dying there. Alright, so that should be most of this area. Second section is off this way. You might have a knight out there. Really? He's like standing in front of the barrel. It doesn't kill him. Those guys are instant dead, but that guy just doesn't want to die. I got one straggler. Grab my ammo. Now, once you get in here and actually get to where you're going to fight the boss, if you are in this section, my advice is to actually come up here. To this top section, you'll have a couple cursed thrall. 2 or 3, depending. And from here, you're going to have a lot of cover, places to back off into. You're going to first have to take out the wizards, the 2 normal ones. As you're doing that, the big ogre will spawn. Watch out for the ogre. Now, this is exactly what I wanted to see. So you have these Gravetide Thrall. Now, if you kill one, you do want to find the other 2 as quickly as you can, because they're going to buff your damage. So I've got Ogre's Fury. It's up to 2x. I want to find the final one if I can. Here it comes. And if you get all 3, you're going to have 20 seconds to do as much damage and as much of a multiplier as you can. Watch that slam. And just keep dumping damage where you can. Now, I still have 6 seconds. You could pop your super. I'm just trying to dump my heavy first. So it's basically done. But you'll notice my damage I do will be much lower at this point until I get those thrall to come back. There's a lot of cover up here, though, so this is actually a pretty decent one. The ogre doesn't have a lot of room to move. He's not going to chase you around too much. You're not going to get locked in a specific area. And overall, it's really not too bad. Keep an eye out. Look for those specific ones that you're going for. And just wait for the good thrall to come your way. Now, they usually will spawn underneath the boss. Again, that knock apparently carries a vertical height to it as well. Just watch when that thing starts going. Honestly, I'm just waiting so I can use my super on him. I guess I can throw a grenade down there. If that lands, I'm not sure it will. Here they come. So it's usually a time thing. Wait for them to come to you. So I got two. Should be a third coming somewhere up here. Now, so I don't waste too much time or possibly die, I need to get my health up. Gonna grab my new big hammer and see what I can do. So now, time to spin. Keep spinning. Come on. Oh, not good, not good. Don't want to die here. Well, somehow I made it out of there. There will be shriekers that spawn. Heads up, they're less than fun. But look for that. Woo, there's a lot going on in that tight little corridor, so be careful. I did actually kill the boss, or the ogre, so the knight is now done, or the wizard's health is now available. So let's go ahead and drop the shield and finish it off. It's actually not that hard to kill this one at this point, because the wizard itself doesn't have a ton of health. All the health is in the ogre, so however you want to kill this, I'm just using this because it's what I've got. And one final shot with my better devils. Good night. And that is the Gravetide Summoner bounty. So wherever you've got it, you've got an ogre, you've got occasional thrall that spawn that give you that ogre buff. Once the ogre drops, take out the shield. Once the ogre drops, the shield on the wizard will go down. Sorry, mental lapse in speaking there. And you'll be able to finish this thing up. So this one's really not too bad of a location just because you have that upper deck for cover. If you are on the one in the middle of the rig, be careful. There's a point where you'll have a red door that opens. Don't go through that door because you cannot come back out. It's a tougher fight in there. But if you stay behind the door, kind of peek in and out, do your damage from there, sometimes it can be hard to see the ogre, but you still will be able to shoot it. The one on the outside is just a big giant room, so that one's honestly probably the easiest if it's over here. So check your location, plan accordingly. You do have solar shields on the couple wizards, not that hard, but the arc shields on the knights, you probably are going to want to have something to take those out. Grab your rewards, nothing too fancy, and that is it. So if you did find this one helpful, let me know. Leave a like below, leave a comment if you got any questions or just want to say hey. You can follow me on Twitch. On Twitter, it's Ebontis all over, but right here on YouTube, if you did enjoy the video, hit that subscribe button. I've got more Forsaken stuff to do for you this week and in the future weeks as always. So thank you for the support. It's been awesome, and I will see you in a future video. Looking forward to it, and honestly, just enjoy having all the support that's been lately. My channel has, for me personally, gone crazy, so I'm thanking all of you very, very much. Have a good one, and I will see you soon.